driving around in circles for over 3 hours. Jeez, I'd driven past every church, tavern, brothel, penny arcade, diner in between. As I drove past the spot once again, I searched around and looked in vain. There was no one there, except for an old hobo with a dog near a trash can. But no one matching this low-life scum description. The drug wretch, the limp, the slouch hat might have some valuable information that could be very important to me. I was working on a case, real twisted bribery, double-crossing, big money, dangerous, murder, around the corner kind of case. This thing was ready to explode, I tell you. I also owed a lot of money to some very, very bad people. And as always, I didn't trust the police, or the mobsters, or the clergy, or the mobster's wife, who had hired me in the first place and pulled me into all of this madness. You know, she had stolen my wallet and my soul in the process. I decided I'd better go back to the pawn shop, demand that fat bastard give me my $50 back, and he better explain what in the hell was going on here. I rolled down the window, took in a deep breath of air, tried to clear my mind a little bit. As I lit a cigarette, I pondered his motivations for sending me on a frickin' wild goose chase. It's like, he'd always came through in the past, yet you never knew who was double-crossing who. And that's exactly why my gun is always loaded. I tried to calm myself down. I had a tendency to sometimes overreact, and, my hand was finally healing from breaking that thug's jaw. Yeah, I was gonna play this cool. I pulled up to the pawn shop and prepared to walk in. He had a crooked smile and a wild look in those craggly gray eyes. He shook his head. "Sorry, man, you didn't hear? That kid OD'd down at the park." He advised me it'd be best to let it go. Handed me $50 and bid me farewell. Funny thing was, I was way in too deep to ever just give it up. The whole city was in too deep. I drove on, trying to figure out what the hell was happening. Who could I trust? Which alleyway were the answers lurking? Like a fiend, like a time bomb ready to explode. The city was like a furnace, combustion, madness. I pulled over at a little diner that I'd eaten at before. Had good coffee. Sat down, took a look around, see what was going on. This was the kind of place where if you had your ears open and your mouth shut, you might just hear something interesting. I asked the waitress what was good. She said they had some really nice hash that morning, and bacon and eggs. I said, sure, that sounded fine, and gave me a cup of hot coffee while he fired that up. She gave me a quizzical smile and passed the order on to the cook. Once I got a little fuel into my body, I could see things clearer. Maybe figure this whole situation out. My next step, get a handle on it, figure out where I needed to go next. I enjoyed my hot coffee and greasy food, as on the jukebox, an old country western song. A host of odd characters roamed the streets that night. There was a strange feel to the air, like anything was possible, like chaos. I went back to my office and decided to contemplate for a bit. This was the only place where I truly felt safe, where I could relax and unwind. And just when I was feeling relaxed, the telephone rang. And, of course, as I knew it would be, it was her again.